you doing? Gallifrey Madman coming at you again. Coming at you with another report. Just got done recording podcast episode 3 with Ewok. Fair warning, it's not as lively as the last one. It is pretty long though. But stay tuned for episode 4. Because episode 4 is the one that everybody's going to want to watch, especially when you find out who the guest is. Other than that, right into the races. Tuesday, we had a cup race called the MX5 Cup. Yeah, maybe some hurt feelings there, because while Torque ran a great race, he won 2 races. He was not able to finish it off on the last race. Junior ended up winning that 3rd race, which was enough for Junior to tie him for the evening. So we ended up with a tie with points. So there was no winner yet, and they're going to have to run a runoff, or a race-off, shall we say. So we'll see what happens there. Once we do find out, we'll be able to let you know who the winner of the MX5 Cup is. But until then, Torque and Junior tying it up for the night, requiring a race-off. Wednesday, of course, Ewok gave you all the info you wanted on his video for the F1 report. And as usual, Ewok did a great job on it. And so anything you want to know there, you just need to look at his video. Saturday on Forza, they ran some type of a cup which brought the return of Biggie Broan. Why? Don't know. He just showed up. And he showed up big. But to be honest with you, actually, it wasn't just the return of Biggie Broan. Lofty made an appearance again. Lofty came back. Lofty sitting there going, oh, really? Junior's not racing? Well, then I'll be there. I don't know. I guess they're having some type of a little tiff. But I'm sure they'll get back together. But right now, Lofty just doesn't want to be on the track with Junior, so we'll see what happens with the two of them. But welcome back, Lofty. Welcome back, Biggie. And Biggie dominated the night. He won 2 of the 3 races. Woodle won 1, but Biggie took 2nd place in that race. So Biggie did win the evening. They changed it up in different cars for the evening, and even in one of the races, I think it was the last one, they even ran different buckets. So I'm not sure, different classes. Not sure. Again, I'm just trying to piece it together by screenshots that I'm seeing because I still haven't received any reports. Sundays, I guess that's where we're going to go next. Sunday, early GTs on the Forza, and it's looking like Greasy Wheel. Yep, Greasy Wheel. He's the main man. Followed up closely by Torque and Lofty. The 3 of them taking the top 3 spots, not only in the race but also in qualifying. So they finished the race right where they finished the qualifying. So Greasy Wheel, the winner for the early GTs on Sunday. Then, of course, the interesting one we get into is Project Cars, the start of season 2, week 1 of Project Cars, racing the awesome Mercedes-Benz AMG C Coupe DTM. Was an interesting night. Now, of course, last season, all the races were won in clear weather. You know, I gave a gift to everybody. You know, come and try the game and enjoy yourself. Season 2, I'm not being so nice. Weather pattern is set on random. So whatever the game decides for weather, that's what we're going to get. Now, of course, this is Project Cars. This is not Forza. Forza, if it's raining at the start of the race, it's raining throughout the whole race. Project Cars, the weather changes during the race. So just because it's raining at the beginning, it doesn't stay raining. You know, it changes to a fog or it changes to sunshine. So the weather does not stay consistent in Project Cars, and people are enjoying it. We had some really good races on the first races. Watkins Glen on the first one, and then Sakito to follow it up, which made it quite interesting. Well, I started dominating on Watkins Glen. some reason, I've got to really look into what's going on with my game because my pit crew is just taking a ridiculous amount of time on these changes. I mean, I went into the pits 12 seconds ahead of Drift Smokey. He was 12 seconds behind me. He pitted behind me while I was in the pit stop. Got his pit done, pulled out. He was already leaving the pits 3 seconds before my car finally pulled out. What's up with that? I've got to figure out what's going on that. And again, this is why we're saying the pits actually play a factor in Project Cars. Because, as you just saw, I lost the lead. Now, if it had been Forza, I would have just went back out, and I'd have still been in the same position I was ahead of him because that's just the way Forza runs. Everybody spends the exact same amount of time in the pits. It's just a beep, 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 and then you go. Project Cars, your settings and things you do and the way you get into the pits determines how long you're going to be in the pits. So I've got to really check my settings down and see if I've got something screwed up that's costing me time in the pits. But and that was enough for him and Junior to both get ahead of me. But Junior didn't stay ahead. You're going to love this, folks. Junior came in last place. Drift Smokey, he did win the race, and again, he won the race by very good driving. But I don't want to concede that he did it because he was a better driver on that race. I'm disgruntled about that one, and I believe Drift Smokey won that race because my pit stop screwed me. So we'll see what happens. But he came in first. I came in second. Followed by Ewok, then Real Wastelander, and then Junior. Reason being, Junior ran out of fuel. Yay! Could have happened to a nicer guy. Yes, Junior ran out of fuel. He ended up stopping halfway around the track on his last lap. He learned a hard lesson when it comes to running with fuel for the last however many laps you got after your pit stop. So sure he'll never make that mistake again. And he didn't in the second one. The second race on Sakito, he did win the race, and he won it quite well. And again, my car took an even longer time. I mean, everybody else was able to do almost a full, complete lap of the track before my car came out of the pits. So again, I've really got to look at what's going on there. It's something you really got to get set in Project Cars right, or you get screwed. But Junior did win it, followed by Drift Smokey, and then Dirty Ewok. I ended up bringing in the back of the pack in last place and fourth. Real Wastelander did start the race, but he didn't finish, so he gets nothing for that race. So that was your week in racing. Some eventful stuff going up again Tuesday. We got to wait for a race off to find out who won the MX5 Cup. Congratulations to Biggie Braun, a successful return, and also a welcome back for Lofty, and a congratulations to Greasy for his dominating ways, because he's just a very good racer for Sunday on Forza. And then Drift Smokey and Junior, both for having some really good racing. So until next week, I'm Gallifrey Madman. Sorry this is brief. I've really got to get going. So I'll catch you on track. See you later, GLC.